everybody. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Heroes Unleashed. Today, we have Crimson Sage, Id, Patch, Seraph, Theory the Philosopher, and making his cameo, hopefully he'll come back and see us some more, is Dr. Savage, the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Savage. Hell to the yes. Oh, he just came. He came out of nowhere. That guy is amazing. Okay. So when last we left, let's get some. Okay. When last we left, our intrepid adventurers were in several different spots. So, one second. All right. So we had everyone was split. So we're gonna try to round robin this as quickly as we can, and you guys can hear me just fine, right?
Yeah, you sound great.
Nothing warbly or anything like that. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay. So, Theory, Id, and Sage were inside the warehouse. Now, what do you call it? And also, Seraph had entered into the space. But, surprisingly enough, he's not in the same space as our trio. And he has yet to figure out how that's even possible. Now, 1 second here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Dr. Savage. And you were contacted by Agent Rivers. She's the Global Superhuman Task Force, or GSTF for short. You and her have a history of working together on varying projects over the years. It's a pretty cordial relationship. She uses you for stuff, you use her for stuff, and that's where your relationship begins and ends. What was your character's first name?
Elijah.
I'm sorry?
Elijah.
Elijah, okay. All right. So, you get a call on your cell phone.
Hello.
Elijah. It's Rivers.
Yes.
I need.
Oh.
I'm kind of gonna need your heavy hands on a situation that my team has bungled their way into.
Okay. What's the situation?
Oh, usual end of the world. Nothing crazy. So I have a scientist, I have a scientist, a robot, three, a scientist, a robot, a cop, an LAPD, and a couple of other paranormals, or what do they call it? Superpowered beings, metahumans. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys go by these days, but they're crossing a line that I can't officially go into, and since you don't necessarily report to us in any official capacity, I figured I'd employ your services. A favor for a favor. If you do this for me, I will owe you one.
Okay.
I'm going to send you some coordinates. You didn't get them from me. They're going to come from a burner. And I'm going to need you to... I'm going to need you to get there rather quickly. There's going to... It's just like... you have that... She said, you have that bogus ID we created for you some years back? You still have that?
Yeah, I never get rid of it.
Good, you're going to need it. That's probably the only way they're going to let you in. Now, they've already caused a scene, so I'm going to fill you in on the bits and pieces that I know. So she fills you in on some of the backstory that you've been loosely associated with. And the last time you played was with the at the museum, which is the introduction to theory. From that point forward, things have become escalatingly worse. From the sudden conversion of Dr. Patel's sister into a metahuman, she has a power scale that we have yet to measure fully. And we're afraid to push her because emotionally she's unstable, and her power seems to be tied directly into her emotional state. So the more agitated she becomes, the more dangerous she becomes. And quite frankly, we wouldn't even know how to put her down if it came to that. So we've been trying our best to keep her calm, given the situation. Second thing is we've lost track with Morgan Cornwallis, who seems to be in possession of a weapon that is of key importance to whatever machinations are going on behind the scenes. So we need to figure out where he is. He was with the group, but he's off the radar now. We haven't been able to get in touch with any of the group. The last contact I had with Dr. Acosta, which is Patch, which is AKA Steve. He's gone radio silent, and we had a team go out to his place, and his entire block was destroyed. We don't know what happened. There was no reports of explosions or any demolitions in the area. Nothing. There's just a confluence of events that are happening right now that we don't have any real eyes on.
Okay.
So, He says the only asset that I have on the field is Crimson Sage, and he's been radio silent for at least 20 minutes. So I'm at the point where I'm considering him either MIA or KIA.
Okay. So is this weapon, is that of more significance than anything?
Tell you the truth, it's all this they keep calling it magic mumbo jumbo. I don't subscribe to it, but whatever it is that they're looking for ties into this. He says, I have one of their companions here. She has been she's been filling in the blanks, so to speak, but she's doing it in a lot of double talk, which is kind of pissing me off. But I have to deal with her because she has considerable abilities. She's a metahuman for sure, but her powers are not anything that we've been able to register.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to get over to... I'm just trying to find the right... let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. We're going to go with that one. So... I'm going to need you to get over there ASAP. You're going to look. You're going to look for the robot that goes by the name of Seraph.
Okay.
He is an AI that is tied into Dr. Acosta, aka Patch. It's like I don't know if Dr. Acosta is his creator, but. This piece of tech is highly advanced. It is sentient, and for now, it's on our side. So I need you to link up with it,
okay,
and get a sit rep Get these guys, either get them in line or try to guide them somehow. Get with, and if you can locate Agent Sage and coordinate with him, that'd be even better. Whatever is going down is big. We still don't have enough information to make any real threat assessment, but my sense is that the threat is imminent, it is grave, and we're all in its path.
If I find the whereabouts of Morgan, what do you want me to do?
If you can retrieve him, retrieve him. If you can retrieve the weapon, even better.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm out.
Okay. So you head on down that way. So Dr. Acosta.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. There. I don't know if you heard it, but in the replay you will. You had a suit, right? You were flying away at the max speed that your suit can take you.
Well, it goes as fast as I run.
And you were flying back to the beach so as to minimize casualty and damages.
Yep.
As the thing is following and chasing behind you, trying its best to get the book. Now, its strides are giving it it's giving it the illusion of a slow gait, but because its strides are so long, it's moving faster than you know. That's the one thing about those kaiju. They always look slow, but they literally can take steps that are like hundreds of yards per step. So you're basically leaving a trail of doo-doo on the beach as you're flying away from this thing. What, if anything, are you doing?
Well, I was like, I was relaying the location of the.
Yes, as a matter of fact,
kaiju.
to Rivers, and she did dispatch attack team. You do, in the distance, hear them coming. Hold on 1 second. Jesus Christ. Like 18 windows open.
I know what you mean.
It's crazy. All right. I don't know. Yeah, it got some savagery going on around now.
So,
Okay.
the powers of family.
Okay. So you can hear them coming, turning towards the sound as you're running down the beach. Let's just say you're going north on the beach. People have already run, scattered in different directions. Looky-loos along the wharf that's there, and people are leaving their houses as this thing is just bounding behind you. From the choppers, there is at least 4 that are inbound. A couple of them launched their missiles, and
I'm trying to give them tactical analysis. So like I'm observing the creature. I'm trying to paint weak points on it.
okay, so they're hitting it with their ordnance, and it's not that he's shrugging it off, but you can see the impacts as they're hitting him, but he's still moving forward. It gets to the point where enough of the missiles hit him. At least you count half a dozen before he finally turns and goes into the ocean. To So, yeah. So he goes into the ocean and sinks beneath the waves.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm not gonna stop because
Okay.
I'm quite sure that is just
Yeah.
it's just trying to recover. So I'm sure nothing good can come of this.
What are you talking about? Everything is going according to plan.
Right. I'm letting them know not to keep the guard down. That I don't think it's done yet.
Okay. So I mean, they're circling. One of the helicopters lands just ahead, maybe like 30, 40 yards away, and some soldiers come out. They're just like, let's go, get in.
I go to the chopper.
Okay.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Go. Come on. Do it.
Go now. Do it now.
Do it.
now.
Do it. Do it now. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. You get
Tell me
it.
if you want to live.
You get in. They start to lift off as the other three are circling the spot where the monster had dove under the water. There's a point where you can hear them. Where is it? You start hearing this shooting and shooting a couple more missiles into the water.
The water isn't murky in California. You should be able to see it if it's under there.
Well, I mean that's why they're shooting. So
Oh, they see it.
one of them gets a little too close, and it comes up with a blazing amount of speed and just destroys it. Just goes right through it.
Wow.
And that one goes into the ocean. Okay. So they pull out as the thing surfaces, and then just it does a deep dive until it's out of sight.
All right.
So he's like, "Sir, are you all right?"
I'm fine.
So we've been ordered to take you back to HQ.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
I signal Sarah and let him know where I am, where I'm going.
Okay. There's nothing coming from Seraph. No signal at all.
No signal at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, pick his last location.
His last location was at the Harmon warehouse at the LA docks.
I access the cameras to see if I can see him.
The external cameras show you nothing but a little bit of activity from the last scene with the food trucks and people milling about. That's about it.
I can't get inside.
No.
All right. So I try to contact the rest of them.
Okay.
I start with Sage and work my way down.
Every single one of them, zero radio contact.
All right.
Anything else you're doing?
No, nothing else at the moment. I'm making ready my plea to go help them. Although she says she can't help them, so
Okay.
she can't keep me either. So I'll go over there, see what she needs, and I'm gonna go see if I can find my son.
Okay. Speaking of, we're gonna come back to. Are you there, Patch? I mean, yeah, Seraph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm here.
You were inside that space again, like I described the last time. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Just the crates, some crates scattered about. There are a couple of the dock workers that are there. There's only one of the loading bays that's gate is open. There was an empty truck cab that was parked there. But aside from what I described, it seems pretty normal. But if you can recall, that electromagnetic interference was starting to increase.
Yeah. And do I see? I remember I pinged the point that I pinged
Mhm.
led to what? What was it? That point that I found before led to what? The door
Yeah.
or the office? The door.
Mm-hmm. It
And
led
the
it
door
led
has-
to one of the dock bays, but it doesn't make sense in the way why this interference is emanating from this single point. So, in other words, if I had to, I'm going to describe it parallel to where these guys are at. So every place that I described a door, that
I remember that part. Yeah.
every place that there was a door, that sort of magical electromagnetic interference is in that singular place. So there were 9 doors. Is it 9? Was it 9 or 10? I think it was 9. So there were 9 spots where the doors were in
9.
where they are. That's where the signal's coming from where that interference is coming from, and each spot is not lined up to the docking bay, which is weird.
All right. And I don't see anything in that. Oh, that one door had that weird thing with the pinprick.
Mm-hmm. And that was the one that you came in through. That was the side entrance leading outside. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And no and no.
The only tech was in that office, and there was that you downloaded something, but it was heavily encrypted, and you're in that space right now where would you have the time to do it? Maybe. Are you going to take the time to do it? Are you going to do it here? Are you going to do it somewhere else? That's up to you.
Well, considering that there was no signal
Mm-hmm.
unless I was inside the location, I couldn't see anything inside. I have to take the time to do it while I'm in here.
Yep.
And I can do it without being in a solid form, so I stay in my swarm form.
Mm-hmm.
What's the estimation? What am I seeing data-wise?
Data-wise, it's just the encryption that is it's multifaceted. So it will take you in your time, in real time, maybe about 3 to 4 minutes. But that's 3 to 4 minutes in your time. That's going to take a while. You know what I mean? Like using computations and going through the cryptography, trying to break it. 3 minutes is an eternity, but it is only 3 minutes. We're talking about 100.
And what's that in comparison to the rate of degradation that I'm suffering?
You would have about 2.5 minutes before you start losing your structural integrity, before bits of you starts falling off because of the electromagnetic interference. Now you can push it, but you will take negatives because it essentially is you're making a hacking roll under duress.
Right. And what theoretically am I looking at when I look at the data? When I looked at the data before? Oh wait, I don't really have an idea of what it is I'm looking at the moment.
No.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So, your hacking roll is going to be encumbered by a negative 40.
All right.
Damn.
Let's check my hacking real quick. Okay. So my hacking is at a 98. Come on, browser, where are you? Here we go.
22. Okay. Once you get through each one of the firewalls that have been set up, it's like a cascading firewall till you get to the data itself. The data contains a schematic of this place, and then overlaid over it is a secondary schematic that extends outwards. So there's a larger schematic, and then you can see the schematic of the warehouse currently, of every
All right.
every place that exists within this space. And even though it's a large space, it's essentially just storage, a storage area. But overlaid, you can see it shows the doors, it shows the cathedral, it shows a larger space around it, and then some empty pockets here and there. Where you came in, there is overlaid over the warehouse door is a larger door that is what is it? It's arched at the top, and you can see all these symbols that you don't necessarily recognize right off the bat. And there's some mechanical. It's a strange thing in that it has the door looks like it contains clockwork, like old school clockwork, gears, pulleys, and each one of them is overlaid with these symbols on them.
And that's the door that did had the needle in it.
Correct.
I have to get outside and forward this information.
Okay.
So I'm going to download the schematic
Mm-hmm.
and the overlay,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to try and find a way out. Theoretically, it should be easy because this is just a warehouse. It's got lots of cracks.
Yeah.
If
There's-
nothing else, it's
there's
got
a
that
s-
main.
There's the main
Mhm.
the door you came in, and I apologize for cutting you off there. There's the door you came in, and then there's a space. There's like a maybe about a 6-inch space all around the edges of where the truck is backed up. The trailer is backed up to the docking area.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get out that way. You can get out to the main door. People are coming in and out of that door like pretty with a regularity that it doesn't belie any heightened presence.
All right. I leave out in my swarm form through there, over the top of the truck.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, I need you to. I'm gonna make a roll. I'm gonna make a D20 roll. And you get to use, if you have a prowess bonus or a dodge bonus, you get to add to that to beat this roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's only a 6.
I don't have a prowess bonus because I'm a robot.
I'm just saying, if you had
Okay.
any bonuses to dodge.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, huh?
There's no physical prowess unless he purchases it for limbs or whatever.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's separate. I mean, it's supposed to be default 10. some
Yeah,
shit like that?
we need to seriously revamp that. But anyway,
we need to update this.
Yeah,
system
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
I was
it's
like,
just crazy.
I made an Android character before, and they had a prowess bonus. So I was like, huh?
okay.
Yeah, you gotta purchase that.
As you're exiting that space, there was a pulse inside the warehouse. It emanated from a central point that if you didn't make it out, you would have left a chunk of yourself behind. So it could have been intentional. You don't know. It could have been an alarm. It could have been something that was triggered. You're literally going down a laundry list of conspiracy theories as to why that occurred, especially considering that there is no origin point for the tech for an EMP.
Right.
Okay.
But it's the signature is that weird radiation, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay. As soon as I get clear, I fly out over the water,
Mhm.
so I'm clear.
Do me make a secondary roll, and I don't like bogging this down, but I want to be able to. This is one of those situations where you have to make a roll for perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll give that to you. Of the people that you pinged inside the warehouse, there was one that disappeared off of your tracking. and it seemed to be in time with that pulse. It was by that front door. So just something for you to note.
Using telescopic sight, I see if I can see anybody come out the building by that door.
Okay, so as you come out, no one comes out of that door. No, I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Someone does come out of that door. Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone that was in the space is still there. That one person just manifested out of nowhere.
Manifested out of nowhere.
Mhm.
They didn't actually walk out the door. They didn't open and close it. They just
The door
Blinked in.
no, the door opened. The door opens inward, but the person that walked out wasn't wasn't pinged on your sensors.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You get a familiar signal,
Mhm.
and it is in fact Dr. Savage. You met him during the initial because. Am I correct?
I remember.
Am I correct in assuming that everyone you meet, you're cataloging? Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So yes, you get him on your sensory equipment as you're moving away. He's coming in into the dock itself. He's on he's online behind some of the other trucks to get into the dock. It seems,
Oh, okay. Dr. Savage.
and he's in a vehicle. And you're hoping that he doesn't marry Sue and cry about how his MA role should make everything better.
I see. So I see. Dr. Savage.
See my face, right? So Dr. Savage, over. I'm assuming you're doing it over his car radio or something like that,
Yep, definitely.
because he doesn't have comms. So you're just chilling like, Dr. Savage. What the fuck?
I'm gonna slap the shit out you. Did I slap? What the fuck?
He just punches the console out of just.
Dr. Savage. This
Yeah,
is Seraph. This is Seraph.
Oh, okay. How are you doing? What's going on?
I see that you are approaching the warehouse.
Yes, I was sent to check on you guys.
We're sent by who?
Rivera.
Agent Rivers.
Rivers, excuse me.
The director, Rivers. The
Yeah.
assistant director. I see. Are you aware of the conditions surrounding this warehouse?
Not at all.
There is something at play, a kind of radiation that I cannot quantify. And there is something going on with the way that things are set up. Do you happen to have any electronic equipment, a cell phone, a laptop, a tablet on your person?
Cell phone.
I am sending you something now.
Okay.
Send them the schematic.
Okay.
I also send them an image of the needle in the doorknob.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay. Lou, I look at this. I'm not really computer savvy. Well, let me see something real quick. Real quick.
Lou, at the same time, I also ping Dad.
Okay. You finally get a signal. It's there's some slight interference, but you're able to communicate.
Well, he'd be in a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
So once I ascertain that, I just go over to helicopter comms,
Okay.
which should be clearer. Dad, why are you in a helicopter?
Like the house was attacked by a giant turtle.
I access the suit and take a look at.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the pictures, so you see it.
Mhm.
Some other information on it, the tactical information I recorded for it. You show them the scene that happened.
Okay.
That's the situation. Right now, I'm going back to headquarters. Talk to them about what's going on. see what they want to do, see what can be done. I lost track of you. You okay?
Dad, I went into the warehouse. The entire warehouse is covered in that strange radiation signature. And I saw a human that wasn't around anymore walk out suddenly.
A human that wasn't around anymore?
I did not see him on my sensors, just as an electromagnetic pulse that would have incapacitated most of my systems happened as I was leaving.
What the hell?
That place has far too much technology that's not there. I do not understand, Dad.
That warehouse, huh?
I am sending you something now. It was schematics I was able to pull from a computer that was there. The computer was decades old,
Decades old?
but the connectivity that it had was current,
Mm.
highly advanced. What was it, Lou? Like 3,000 something bit encryption?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Looking at
Another AI.
so what did the machine look like, Lou?
I can send you I will send you the picture.
Yeah,
of what I saw.
it looked like an 80s PC. You know, green
It was like an 80s.
green screen, the integrated keyboard.
Like a Texas Instrument.
Yeah. You know, the ones that came with the monitor and the keyboard all integrated in one unit. Yeah.
Oh wow, Jesus, that like that?
Yeah.
And it had that kind of encryption on it?
And a USB port. Dad.
Oh shit,
That is, wow.
it's amazing.
Huh.
And standard Ethernet networking that went into a hole in the desk and went somewhere I do not know. Did not have time to fully track it. But when I did start to track things, I found this schematic.
And the schematic is of the building or of the device? I'm sorry.
It's of the
Schematic
it's
is
of there's two there's an overlay, there's the schematic of the building and an overlay of where these three are at.
And Dad, I cannot find the others. They are gone.
All right, so I'm looking over the schematic. It's a space inside a dimensional space.
Quite possibly. But the overlay is way larger than the schematic of the warehouse itself.
Sure. So I just from like, without even thinking about it, I say, what kind of Doctor Who shit is this? So
Doctor Who is not real, Dad.
yeah, well, that apparently is the Tartarus because you got that huge space inside that little place. I
Dad,
don't
I
know.
am also in contact with Dr. Savage. He is approaching the warehouse now.
Oh, Dr. Savage? We lost track of him.
He's a spy.
He says that the Assistant Director Rivers sent him. You know, we keep saying Rivera because of fucking Rivera.
Yep.
Fucking
Yeah.
fake TV show motherfucker.
So, all right, okay. I'll talk to her, see what she has to say about the whole thing. Maybe we can hook up with him and do something about the situation. Give me a sec. I'm gonna call Rivers.
Mm-hmm. So she picks up, go for Rivers.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna make sure this line's secure.
Okay.
So I'm encrypt the line.
Okay.
I'm gonna encrypt the line, and then I'm gonna ask her, did you send Mr. Savage to help us?
I did. Unofficially, of course, but
Of course.
I haven't. It's like the team
Hey
went
guys,
radio silent.
Dwight's asking.
All right, I got him. I'll bring him in. Unless you want to do it. I mean, I could do it.
No, that's fine. Either one of us. You go ahead and do it. That's fine. So he's like I lost contact with everyone on the team, including Seraph. I got a little concerned, and I knew Dr. Savage was in town, and he might be the kind of muscle that you could use.
All right. So let me give you the current information that I just got. We just recovered a schematic of the building structure, and the structure around it. I'm sending it to you.
What do you
sending
mean?
it to you now.
What do you mean structure around?
It seems to be one of those situations that the inside is bigger than the outside.
Okay.
The dimensional. It looks like a dimensional space or something. I'm sending you the schematic now of what we've covered. We've lost contact with It was
Sage,
we lost
Theory,
contact with
and Id.
Sage, Theory, and Id at the moment. I'm heading to you now on the helicopter, as you know. The creature took out one of your choppers, and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
The
it's
guy-
just like I heard. Just get here. Do you have the book with you?
Yes.
Good. We need to get that thing under wraps.
Well, considering that they're sending things like that, hopefully we have a place we can put it.
He's like, yes. We could use that. What did you guys call it? A Faraday cage? She's like, is that what it is? She's talking to somebody in the side. You can hear Brian's like, yeah, that fucking. This is that British twat waffle. He put it together.
I said, really? Because I already bought one.
No. She's like, well, either way, we need to get that thing. If we can nullify it, because apparently it's sending out some sort of signal that they can find it.
Right now, as it stands, it's official. It's secured, and it's not sending out any more signals right now.
Okay, good. So let's just get it here and get it secured, and then find out where the rest of the team is.
So, well, like I said, they're all in this warehouse, and this warehouse seems to have there's a lot of that radiation that we've been following.
It's like, is it dangerous?
It's apparently it's the radiation that I'm detecting. We call it magic, so I can detect it, that supernatural energy, and it's permeating all throughout that warehouse. And then seeing the schematics of the warehouse now, I can see why. Like, it's using that energy to make that larger space within that smaller space. So whatever that place is, they're storing something in there,
So
or collecting something in there.
she's just like, what is this Doctor Who shit? God damn it!
I said the same thing.
All right. Well, get here. We may have a larger situation that I need your help with.
All
Hey,
right.
Lou, my next move until you get back to me, if you do,
Mm-hmm.
is I'm heading over to Pick to see what happened to Morgan.
Okay. So, Dr. Savage,
Yes, sir.
you finally get to the gate. D, are you with us today? D?
No, just listen.
Okay. So you get to the security checkpoint, and the guy comes over. The longshoreman, the foreman, comes over to you. And he has his digital clipboard with him, and he's just like, "Can I help you, sir?"
Yes. I show him my ID.
He's like, "Oh, is there a problem, officer?"
No. I heard that there was some disturbances before. Just coming to do my routine check, see what's going on.
Oh, are you talking about that crazy kid that freaked out and got tased? I think he's at warehouse 7. And he points. He's like, if you go that way, take a left. It's right there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, let's see ya. And then he waves. He as you drive, he's waving the next truck behind you.
And
Yeah.
Lou, as I'm going, I'm texting Rivers. Let her know that I think I know where Morgan is.
Okay.
The whereabouts of Morgan.
When you get, as you're driving in, the Harmon warehouse is to your left. The thing that you notice that's completely out of place with everything is the heavy security presence. It looks like a black ops team. These guys are dressed to the nines, carrying semi-automatic rifles, and they're patrolling that area. That's what you notice as you're driving past. Now, when you get to that spot, you find that that it's a smaller warehouse space. It doesn't necessarily have anything that's out of the ordinary. It has it's like Mortem Aviation, and you can see some like a placard above the gate with a plane. What do you call them? A rotor. And there's a couple of guys that are out there that are talking. They're not heavily armed, but they are security, and that's where you're driving towards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to Sage, Id, and Theory. Once the door closed and you finish your argument and you start heading towards the cathedral, the air in this place, remember, it's cold, it smells really... No, it wasn't cold, it was warm. No, wait, I'm sorry. The warmth came from the door that you just closed. The air in here is pretty stale, pretty cold, and as you're moving closer and closer excuse me, to the church, without even making a roll, you're seeing, which is again, every sensation that you're feeling is completely alien. It's none of this is normal. Everything is out of place. The architecture, it's something straight out of like the Ghostbusters movies. You know, the gargoyles are just these weird demonic entities. They're not anything that you've seen before, not even on television. And they're laced all around there's lattice work that's just ornately carved. The stone, it looks like a basalt. I think a basalt or basalt. It's rough, it's hewn, but it's black, and it has this shimmer to it. You know, like a fine dust that is drinking in some sort of illumination that you still can't really figure out how this place is illuminated, because there are lights that were lighting up that length of of the hall by each one of those doors. So what little light is bleeding into this space that you're getting closer to, it's fading, but it's just shimmering as you get closer to the gate. There's an iron wrought gate. It's open, and it leads you to the steps of the cathedral. So from the gate to the steps, there's a well-worn cobblestone path. To the left and to your right, there's vegetation. To the left is a secondary path that leads to the graveyard. And to the right, there's a secondary path that leads to another gate on the side of the cathedral. Each has a distance of about 25 yards, so 75 feet from your center point. So what, if anything, are you guys doing? And of course, Sage isn't here.
My first thing is look at the other two. All right, 2 rules. 1, if somebody asks if you're a god, say yes. And 2, don't open any fucking doors.
I'm not touching a thing.
That creepy feeling that it's just, the closer you got to this building, Id, that feeling of dread. You don't have this sense yet, and you may pick it up later on down the line. We'll talk about whether or not you've acquired any new abilities like danger sense
I do have danger sense.
Oh well, the danger sense is sensing. You're feeling that that you know the spider sense. Your tingle, your Peter tingle.
My Edward Tingle.
Yeah.
What's his real name again?
His Ed tingle.
Is Ed Tingle? Is Eddie Tingle?
His Eddie tingle. So you, it is on full alert.
All right, Sage Theory. I don't want to cause a panic, but
I'm already prepared.
danger is pretty damn close. The end is fucking nigh.
All right. I'm already panicked because of what happened with Sage and that giant tree that was running towards us. So I think the panic button has already been pressed. So what you're telling me is there's more danger going on, and my current state of panic should just stay at the level it is.
I would take it up a notch, maybe 2 notches.
Oh, so what you're saying is that I should be on full get ready to piss on myself. Got it.
I pull out my gun and cock it. Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
First, oh boy.
All right. Let's get this over with.
So did you hear any of that, Sage?
Negative.
I had some good one-liners.
Yeah, he kind of did. Now, I described the cathedral. I described the architecture and how it's familiar only in that it is a cathedral, but it's alien in that all everything that's carved out of this stone is like basalt stone. From the gargoyles to the lattice work seems completely alien, and it's increasing the sense of dread. You're at the gate that leads you up the path to get to the main steps up to the cathedral doors. To the left and to the right, you're at the center. 75 feet in both directions. To the left, graveyard. To the right, there's a side entrance that goes on forever. And again, when I say goes on forever, I mean it goes beyond your ability to adjust to the darkness. So you don't know how far if you continue to go north. So if I had to describe how you're standing,
Do I still have that neon stick I made?
What do you mean? Oh yeah. That
All right.
From the point where I'm at maximum range,
Mhm.
I can't.
you can't see any further.
So I don't know how much further it goes beyond maximum range.
Correct. Now the
I'm just using that little neon.
with his glow stick, you tactically, both of you, not him, he's not a tactician. Tactically, both Sage and Id, you do understand that
Oh, yeah.
there's a giant arrow that says attack here.
That's why he's taking point.
Oh shit.
Just kidding.
Oh,
Kidding.
that is just raw dog.
Just kidding. All right.
No lube, all but.
I thought you wasn't black. I thought you was Hindi.
I'm Indian.
Oh.
I mean,
Anyways.
Yeah, head to the side like that.
Okay.
All right. So
Now the
Choice
question
time.
is, yeah, exactly.
choice time. Which way are we gonna go? We're gonna go through that, which we can't tell the end. We're gonna go through those doors and go through the graveyard into the cathedral, into that area, that space.
Look, the fact that you even suggested the graveyard means you've never seen a horror movie a day in your life. We're going into the cathedral.
What are you talking about, Detective Johnson? I live the horror movies. This is my job. So me going into that graveyard is nothing. But I also have to consider you two.
I was born ready.
wait. Did you consider us when you went and did the dumb shit and opened the door and then we?
Not even a little bit.
Not even. Right?
Actually,
I look at Detective Johnson like not even a little bit, right? I know it's not just me.
okay, my action may have been contradictory to my concerns,
You
but
think?
it was actually taking you guys into consideration, being that I'm the one opening the door and I was on point. Now, whether it was a speaker, I don't know. Problem is that we don't know what we're dealing with.
Shit.
And we need to
Pardon
figure
me.
out.
My allergies acting up.
We need to figure out what we're dealing
Darkness, I was born in the
Well,
More than bad.
well, Detective Johnson and I realized that what we're gonna do is not touch a goddamn thing and refer to ourselves as gods once instead anybody asks us. So that we established.
Facts.
Okay. Still doesn't decide whether we're going to go through those doors or over that way. Or through
Hey, Johnson, what do you think? Cathedral or a graveyard? Cathedral, right? So
I,
cathedral.
I,
Let's go to
I say cathedral. I say
yeah,
cathedral.
I think you're outvoted, Sage.
Thank you for asking us about which door we should go through this time. Let's
Yes,
do the
yes.
cathedral.
Yes, it's 2-1 vote. So I think we won this one.
Oh, by the way, just to warn you, Sage, danger sense is going mighty crazy right now. In fact, it's giving me a damn headache the closer we get to this cathedral, but I think this is where we need to go.
Okay. So stand back. Let me open the door.
All right.
Thing I do.
I step back 20 feet.
20 feet from him as he takes point.
Yes.
Okay.
20 feet.
All right.
Guns are meant to be used at range.
The stairwell. Once you get to the base of the stairs to the actual cathedral doors, you count at least 50 steps, and it's one of those where it narrows. It's like a cone. So you have the narrow base steps, and then it opens up wider and wider as you walk up. Once you get closer to the top of the stairs, the doors themselves. All right, I should have gotten a better door opening sound, but you can hear this mechanism. It's a locking mechanism that once the cylinders turn, and you hear that tumbler start to move, it echoes. The echo reverberates to the point where you're just like momentarily stop, like you get frozen in that moment. You're just like, oh shit.
Right.
Your nipples get hard. Your testes start going back into your scrot.
First of all, my nipples only get hard when they're cold or pink.
All right, take it easy. I regret saying it. Now, the doors then they swing open and out. Not like fast, but they start swinging open and out, and to the point where they're fully open, and you can hear. You talking to me, or are you talking to somebody else? Hold on. Tell you right now. I don't know if you can hear any of that.
We can all hear it. Thank you, Lou. That is not nightmare fuel. Not at all.
You feel this. Not you to feel. There's a breeze that comes from inside this place, and as it enters into your nostrils, it smells like lavender, and it smells like lavender and mixed in with like a rotting smell, mixed in with a little bit of sulfur.
I wouldn't smell it.
Okay. And why not?
Because I have the mask on.
Okay, so everybody else but Masky Maskerson.
What are you getting upset about? It's what I'm wearing. Fuck.
Everybody else but Masky Maskerson smells that.
Gotcha.
I'm not getting upset.
Jeez.
I'm not getting upset. Shut up.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so
I'm
I
not mad. You're mad.
see how is it lit? Is it dark?
There
Is it lit, son? Is it lit?
there seems to be some light. It looks like you ever seen those movies with the those old lanterns where the glass is completely like it's so dingy that even the brightest light emanating from it looks dirty and orange and amber. So it's just just that glow and the flickering lights. Assuming you're going to continue on as I'm describing the scene. Once you get to a point where the top of the stairs is at eye level and you keep going up to looking inside, it looks like an enormous cathedral, just as I described. So, except inside, you see the pews, there's candles at the far end, there's an altar, there's no one standing there, but in your line of sight, because the doors are in front of you, you only have a limited view. On each one of from the pews that you can see, there are people, or at least there are figures that look to be shrouded in black. It's not completely filled. They're in random spots. You know, every row doesn't necessarily have someone sitting in it, but that's what you see right now.
Switch to thermal to see if there's any body heat coming off of them.
Mm-hmm. Once switching to thermal, you don't even see the heat coming from whatever
Light sources
the light sources are. Thank you very much for filling in that fucking blank for me.
Yeah, senility is part of being old.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. It's over. It's fucking over, man.
All right.
All right, hold on. Let's go to
I know it's
theory.
not completely important, but can I use my archaeology skill to kind of like surmise what kind of era or what kind of cathedral this is? Like Roman Catholic, like there are different types of cathedrals.
I'll give you a roll, and with a success, I can give you some information.
Okay.
So you're going to have a negative of a 20 on this.
Okay, so is D100, right?
Correct.
Rolls?
Whatever your skill is.
All right.
I have a list of the skills here.
I think he made it with that.
I think you might have made it.
By a lot.
Yeah, my skill is 68.
Okay. All right. What you're seeing, it does have Roman Catholic elements, but every statue, everything that you're seeing is wrong. It's almost as if it's purposely been corrupted. So there's no humanoid statues. They've been replaced by different beasts and not anything that you've ever seen. Hold on for a second. Do you have any lore skills?
Yes.
Okay, what do you got?
I have.
And this would apply to all three of you if you had it.
Okay, so I have a lore magic.
Okay.
Recognize wards, runes, circles. Recognize enchantment, and read runes.
Okay.
I do not have any lore skills.
Jesus Christ. He's like, I'm just a cop, man. I'm just a cop.
Just a regular, everyday, average cop.
What do you got?
I mean, I got intelligence.
Why can't everyone be intelligent?
That makes two out of the three of us.
It's intelligent like me. I'm so lonely.
It was extraordinarily special.
I love that movie. It was so
Okay,
fucked
I
up.
have magic,
Mhm.
demon monster, cult and sect, myth and folklore, and streetwise weird.
Okay, so roll your cult and sect.
Okay.
Does that 13 get it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By a lot.
To a lesser
Go deep.
to a lesser degree, because theory is in fact an archaeologist, and that is his specialty. You only get it to a lesser degree, but the both of you have come to what you're seeing looks almost chthonic.
Question.
Yes.
If it's dealing within my scope of what I do as a profession, not taking away from his archaeologist specialty, wouldn't the statues or the symbolism, stuff like that, give me clues?
Hold on.
Which is the reason for the skill roll?
Which is why I gave you the skill roll, and I said that because of his background, he's going to come to the same conclusion eventually if you don't tell him. It's just going to take him longer to get there. You get there by looking, and you're like, oh, shit. This looks chthonic. All right, I don't know, something wrong with my camera, but we'll keep it going.
So chthonic.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit more information.
In other words, it could possibly be a chthonic cult. You're looking specifically at cults, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chthonic spelled C-T-H-O-N-I-T.
C-T-H-O-N-I. Yeah?
See?
Now I gotta.
That's how you spell it?
Jesus Christ. I'm giving you a word that I can't even spell myself. Jeez. But we'll get to that. Yeah.
It's the first time I'm hearing it, which is the reason why I was asking for.
It's not. It is, but because I know Chthon is actually a character they've used in Marvel.
Mm.
When I typed up the word in the way it sounded, it popped up this Chthonic.
Right.
And I know Chthon is like underworld.
Right. So, what is Chthon?
It just says
and by what I mean by chthonic, I'm talking about like a Cthulhu-like cult.
Right.
All right. So,
Thulian.
Yeah,
Cthulhian.
Cthulian.
It's still
Cthulian, chthonic. It's in that ballpark.
it's in that area.
Now,
Okay,
the
gotcha.
issue is these types of entities are completely alien. There's not a lot of information, just speculation. Then you have the H.P. Lovecraft version of it and how that may tie into it. But H.P. Lovecraft is fiction. That's the difference.
So, what real information do I have? What would be important right now?
The chthonic cults were popular in the 20s and 30s. They fell out of fashion. But there isn't a lot of literature, legit literature, on these entities. Just that they're extraordinarily alien. They exist outside of our reality, but they are always trying to enter into our reality somehow, using tools and servants and rituals.
Like the one we're trying to stop now.
Possibly. But that would be telling.
Okay. All right. So, I quickly know that. Also, let them know don't be fooled by the figures you see. They do not exhibit any type of heat source. So, my speculation is they may be the specters or some form of entity. Not sure if it's the ones we've encountered and fought, because by now we may have been confronted. And I'm letting them know to stay back just a little bit, because I'm not too sure what these things will do. What I'm gonna do is gonna keep walking in, right? Switch to normal vision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn on the lights that we use to fend off those dark specters. right?
Okay.
As I make my way in.
Okay. Well, I mean, he
Good move.
can't necessarily speak for you two guys. So you just tell me what you're
No,
doing.
no, I just suggested it. What they do is on them.
I'm
but
not-
I'm walking
Okay,
in
this
as
is
I do that.
Wait,
that
what did you do?
wasn't necessarily a slight against you.
Yeah,
No, no.
I'm
what
just
did you
telling
decide-
you them.
What did you decide to do?
He's walking in. He's telling you.
I'm letting you guys know I'm walking in. I would suggest you guys hang back for a second, just so I can further investigate what this thing is. Which seems to be we're dealing with some type of cult. Hostile.
Johnson, what are your thoughts? Should we let him be the sacrificial lamb again? Or
We can't.
possibly run into more. Or are these pews going to start jumping up and attacking us next?
I don't know, which is the reason why I said hang back. If you,
I was addressing Johnson.
We can't let him get himself killed. Let's cover him, but
All right.
we'll let him go inside and do his thing first. I'll hang outside the door and hug the wall.
Okay.
But that's a good cop.
Well, he
Hey,
is
somebody
now.
thinks so.
Oh damn!
He is now.
He said he is now. Damn. All right. You turn on the light, and I'm gonna go to Patch. So Patch, you get back to your HQ. Rivers is out. She's outside at the landing site when you get there, and she's just like, "All right, she's like, give me an update. What do you got?" She's like, "And where is Seraph?
Seraph is on site at the moment.
He's still there? Is that safe?
Yeah.
Is that wise that he should be?" He's like, as you're walking into back into your spot.
Why not? Why wouldn't it be safe?
He's like, I thought he was in danger. Wasn't he in danger?
He was in a situation, but he came out of it to report. That's how I got the information about the space, the unusual space.
She's like, okay, well, we're gonna need your help. And as you're walking towards your space, your warehouse space, there's a purple light that's coming from the far end. That's you can see from from where as you're walking in. She's like, we need help with that.
So I'm looking. What is it?
It's like the that module that they use to make Captain America it's something like it's set up something like that, and that purple light is coming from that viewport, and it's more of a lavender light, but it's blazing in, and you see technicians going in and about. They've set up these. From what as you get closer, they look like power lines, power cables, really heavy duty power cables emanating from the base of it. She's like, I'm not sure if you were made aware of Dr. Patel's sister. Somehow she was converted into a metahuman, and with an energy signature that we just can't contain. And the more upset she becomes, the more it's. Hold on a second. I gotta get rid of this. This is like, and her energy spikes are tied to her emotional state. And right now, she's in a highly agitated state. We can't calm her down. And her brother is out of pocket. He's at that warehouse. We can't get in touch with him. She's putting out enough energy to power a city for a month. And it's only becoming worse.
So I walk over to the thing and look inside.
Okay.
Can I see her?
You see, they hand you these really thick goggles, like neutral density goggles, to
Right.
put on, because the light that she's putting out is intense. She is, for all intents and purposes, she's standing, but she's covering up her naked body, and she seems to be crying and talking to herself. You know, like,
What is she saying?
She's just like, this kid, no. Why is this happening to me? She's looking at her. She's looking at her hands and seeing that, seeing what has happened to her. She seems to have been converted into some sort of energy. She's her body is changing into this energy form, and every so often she reincorporates herself, where you can see her skin, but it is completely purple. And then she'll shift again, and when she shifts, you can, from all the sensory data that you're seeing from the instruments, they're spiking. They're they start redlining to the point where they're trying to shunt some of this energy back into the power grid without overloading it.
All right. What's overhead?
What do you mean?
Like overhead, like in the sky overhead.
Well, I mean, it's the roof. The directly overhead, outside of your roof, it's just empty space. So I'm not sure I understand your question. I'm just trying to.
That's basically the question.
Okay.
Is there anything like above us in orbit around above? Like, is the moon in that angle above us? Is any satellites? Anything?
I need you to make a roll for that. So,
Okay. What kind of roll you need me to
it
make?
would be a hacking roll.
I know I put it here somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Very moment China is spying right on this warehouse.
Okay. There is something in geosynchronous orbit. Your hacking roll only gave you its positional data.
Uh-huh.
But that's it.
So I turn to look at Rivers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what's above us?
It's like, what do you mean? There's a roof.
There's something of an orbit above us.
It's like, what are you talking about?
So I show her the information, the information I just gleaned.
Okay, it's just like, what am I looking at? I don't know what this is.
All right, this is the coordinates to some object orbiting over us in space. And I'm not sure what this is.
It's like,
Apparently, some kind of satellite or something,
it's like, what?
but it's over us.
What
And I don't know what it is.
So she looks over at Brian. He's just like, what are you looking at me for? It's like, do we even have any satellites in the area of? It's like, boss, look, I know you think I'm like super smart and all, but how the fuck would I know that?
Lou, I try to see if there are any other satellites in the area
Okay.
other than that one.
There are a couple of there's a communication satellite that is near.
So I'm gonna hack into that one.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have let me see if I do this right. Does it have
Because I feel where you're going with this, but I need you to tell me.
why can I think? Does it have motion sensors around it? The early warning detection, collision detection around it?
Yes.
Does it keep a track of what's around it? Does it keep a record of the
It does have
objects around
it does have a log of what's around it. Yes.
All right, so then I'm trying. So in comparison to where it is and the coordinates I have,
Mm-hmm.
does it pick up that device?
No.
Does it pick it up at all?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna hijack the Hubble telescope and turn it so I can see where it is. See what's over and above us.
Okay.
Now I can do it, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't even have to make a roll for it because they went up there before '85, and they had no firewalls, so I don't even have to make a roll.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
That takes to retest the Hubble takes a few moments, 15 minutes to be exact, as you're scanning. When you do get to that that spot where the data that you got of its position, you do see what looks like it looks like a military grade satellite. It's completely it's not anything that you've seen. It's definitely not civilian. It could be military. It could be high tech. It could be anything, but it is definitely not anything you've seen thus far.
All right,
It's
so I
sleek.
think-
It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any real. It doesn't have any points where you think it could be tracked. It looks like it's been built for stealth.
All right. I'm gonna take images of it.
Mm-hmm.
The Hubble could take pretty good fucking pictures. So I'm gonna use the camera itself to scan it up inch per inch from one end to the other. Take detailed pictures of it.
Okay.
Send it down to me. Send it to Sarif. And send it to King Egghead over here.
All right. Give me a sec here. It's weird. My camera froze. Okay. You said King Ahab. Who the hell's King Ahab?
No, King Egghead. I said.
Oh. Everybody thinks they're an egghead. Who are we talking about specifically? Brian?
Yeah, Brian.
Okay.
Like the Lord of Eggheads in the
He's just like, what the fuck is that? He's like, have you seen anything like this? He hands it over to Rivers, and she's like, no, that's I don't know what that is. It doesn't have any markings. It doesn't have any identifying information. You know, like most satellites, they'll have some sort of markings on them, but this one has nothing on it.
Okay, look. No, the last person that I wanted to contact,
Mhm.
but the only people I think that might know, Aegis.
Okay.
I call up the person who keeps trying to headhunt me.
Okay.
I call her up real quick.
After a few seconds, she picks up. She's like, "Hello, Doctor." She's like, "Dr. Acosta." Oh,
Yeah.
it's what a surprise to hear from you. What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to share a picture with you, and I want to know if you may have an opinion of it.
Okay.
So I send her the footage.
So after a couple of pauses, he's like, where did you get this?
I just got it off the Hubble right now. It's over my house, over my warehouse.
Huh. Can I put you on hold for a second?
Absolutely.
Orbital laser activated.
Okay. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move to both Seraph and Dr. Savage. Now, as you're coming out of the water, Dr. Savage is moving towards a secondary warehouse, which is positionally. I don't even know if that's a word, but it is today.
It is, but
All right.
It is.
I don't think I'm using it right. Now, from where he is positioned, where his position is it's the same warehouse where they took Morgan. Okay?
Okay.
So that's where he's at. You're out over the water. You had communicated with Patch. Now that interaction Now, I'm not going to assume that you guys are in constant communication unless you tell me that you are.
Oh, we are.
Okay.
We are.
All right. So then
Absolutely.
everything that he got, you got.
Mhm.
All right. So, all right. Now, doctors. So, are you doing anything outside of where you're positioned, Seraph? Before I go on to Dr. Savage.
I contact Dr. Savage because I see he's driving the truck, and
All
I
right.
say, Dr. Savage, you are approaching the location where Morgan is held.
Savage.
I don't think you heard
You
me.
didn't hear me?
You broke up, man.
Dr. Savage, I am approaching the location where Morgan is held.
Yes,
You
yeah.
are as well.
Yeah. I'm heading there because there's something that we need to get.
Do you wish to enter quietly or noisily?
Quietly is good. Especially for
Then I will go in first. I can enter unseen.
that'd be good. I was told there is an item that's needed that he had in his possession. We need that item.
Then I will bring it to you.
Okay.
With that descriptor was enough for you to recall that the only item that Morgan had was that metal disc, that chakram.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm theoretically trying to save him as well, unless he's already dead, or something. So it would be saving him and getting the chakram, but I got to get in there first.
Okay.
So
You're making
you let me know what I see as I approach.
Okay. So for you, Dr. Savage, the security guards, they flag you down, come over to they flank both sides of the vehicle. The one on the driver's side said, "Can I help you, sir?"
Yeah. I heard that there was someone there was some kind of disturbance here. I got a tip, and I come to question him.
And they both look at each other like confused. Like, I'm not following. What do you mean disturbance?
Well, someone was arrested here, and they was taken into custody. I'm here to question him. I showed my ID.
So he looks at your IDs, and they're both still like, he's like, "Did you hear about anything?" And they're going back and forth, like a Jekyll and Hyde, a Laurel and Hardy routine. But what I will say for you is you don't sense any deception, right? At least in this initial interaction.
Okay.
And he goes, excuse me for a second. And he uses his shoulder walking. He calls it, and he's like, "Hey, Joe, do we have anybody in for questioning?" And then the person on the other like, "No, I don't. What are you talking about?" It's like, "Yeah, I have an Agent Savage." Like, he looks at you. He's like, "For real?" I have an Agent Savage here. He's looking to question somebody that was just arrested. Do you have anybody that was in custody right now? Back and forth. He's like, "I'm sorry, sir, but it doesn't seem like we have anybody in custody right now. Are you sure it's here?"
I'm gripping my steering wheel like real tight because he's making me upset. I am sure he is here.
Just one minute, and then he's him and his partner's still lingering about at the front of your vehicle, but he walks around. He says something to him, and then starts walking towards the steps going into that side entrance of the warehouse. And then he walks in.
Now this is 7, right? This is actually warehouse 7, right?
Yes.
Where he was located.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, for you, Seraph, you're witnessing this interaction as you swarm in. There are a couple of ventilation, like those big fans that vent air out, fresh air in, So there's that way to come in. There's a couple of There's a couple of cracks here and there in the sidewall, not sidewall, in the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
yeah,
the cracks work best.
Yeah.
That's what I'll take.
when you fly in, you can see the guy. He's at the security desk talking with someone that's sitting down, looking at a bunch of monitors. Once you enter into this place, that detection sensor that you guys have constructed immediately pings. There's a strong it's in the center of this spot. Now this warehouse, it's storage mostly, but they also have that same little office space that's walled off with the glass enclosure. This one, the computers are a little bit more modernized. There's a security apparatus. There's a security wall with monitors and everything. Where this thing is pinging, there's a space in between a wall. It's surrounded by these crates, but there's a space in between it, like a circle. It's nothing there, but that energy signature is right there.
Do I see anything in that space?
You don't see anything in that space. Your optical sensors don't see anything.
All right. I move closer.
Okay.
Actually, I go to the ceiling and
Mhm.
I do a sweep because I'm looking for Morgan Cornwallis.
Okay.
Have I ever picked up a signature from his item?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah,
Well-
you did. Yeah, you did.
All right.
Yeah, you did.
Did it have a similar signature, a different one?
It was different. It was not something that you had time to study, but it was not the same as the signature that you've been getting so far.
Okay. Well, I will. First, I do a sweep from the ceiling,
okay.
just to get an idea of what I'm seeing here,
Okay.
and then I will go to that center point.
Roll perception, and then I'm gonna go back to Savage.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a 1. So
Damn.
just passing by. Okay.
It happens.
All
I
right.
blame the radiation.
And you're moving towards that center spot. Now, for Savage, the security guard comes back out, and he's just, he's shrugging as he's walking towards your car, and he's just like, "I'm sorry, sir, but we don't have anybody. No one that came through here. Are you sure it was here?"
Is this warehouse 7?
Yeah. I mean, you're more than welcome to check if it'll make you feel better.
Yeah, that'll make me feel better. 'Cause I was
He's
getting
sensing your agitation. So say, "Yep, no, come on through."
Thank you. Can I have my ID back, please?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I'll go in.
Let me ask you a question before we continue. Do you have any ESP abilities, any danger sense, anything like that? Not that it's gonna happen. I just need to know.
No.
I would never do that.
Right. But no, I don't.
Okay. All right. Now that I understand that. Once you walk into that office, you can see his portly supervisor just sitting there. He's just like, he gives you a fake salute and turns back to what he was doing. He has a big Subway sandwich that he is downing, big cup of soda, and he looks pretty slovenly. You can see all the monitors. Roll perception. Okay, never mind.
That's a 4, but yeah, it's a 2.
Okay. So he's just like, yeah. So we got. He's like, this is usually where we keep people, until you guys arrive, or Homeland or whoever wants to flash a badge. He says we have some extra storage space back there. So we really don't. Not a lot of stuff here. So you're free to look around if you like. I mean.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that you guys secure this whole place with just a storage and that's it?
So yeah, well, this is more like a holding pen for like drunks and people that want to start fights and stuff. But it's not like we haven't had like a terrorist thing in a while.
I mean, this place is pretty secure for anybody to have any type of drunks or fights.
Oh no! It's just like if they're caught on premises like trespassers or whatever, we bring them here, process them, and then send them on their way. Depending, it could be some kids just trying to tag up the walls or vandalize or trying to do some. But we haven't had any. It's like we had a major bust like 6 months ago. Some people trying to bring in a half a ton of fentanyl into the port, but we got those guys. So then there was that boat. You remember that boat? They're describing the incident where where Adolfo's last character went ape shit, and yours. You went ape shit attacking that ship, and got house rocked and died.
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, so they're bantering.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the same area?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they're bantering back and forth. You missed the perception roll. So
can I try it again?
I'll give you another shot. You need a 15 or better.
Okay, here you go. -15.
-5. Okay. Now, or -10. Something seems a little off between them, and by between them, the guy's sitting down. He seems a little. He doesn't seem very chatty. He's just responding. Your guy is chatty. He seems like he's not suspicious, and he hasn't been. He seems very forthcoming. The guy sitting, it seems a little not chatty. He keeps looking at you like, why are you still here? There's nothing here. Like you're disturbing his lunch.
So excuse me, what's your name?
Yeah, Jack Murphy.
Okay, and you're in charge of this whole thing, right? Obviously, you're the only one sitting down.
Was that a fat joke? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
And you haven't gotten any type of calls in within the last, let's say, 30 minutes of any trespassers.
It's what we've been saying. Ain't nobody been through here. Maybe it's somewhere else, but it hasn't been here.
Okay. Where else in this warehouse, in this vicinity, where they hold anybody?
Yeah, you're looking at it, pal. It's like, wow, this is it.
Okay. That's interesting. Well, I'll be in contact with you in about another 25 minutes because I'm gonna go contact my people and we'll see. You might get a call. You might not.
All right, whatever you got to do.
I give him that look like, if you say another word, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. Because I'm gonna slap the shit out you, then I slap the shit. Let me stop. Then
Why you gotta pay?
Okay, are you going back outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Seraph. All right, let's follow this through, Savage. You go back outside. Walk me through everything you're going to do, so I have a better picture of what it is I can do to murder you. I mean, make this the most enjoyable game for you.
So I'm going to walk to the car.
Mm-hmm.
As I walk to the car, I'm going to remember what the guy at the gate said. That there was someone by the name of Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go right back in there. I'm like, hold on for a minute. I was told at the gate that there was someone named Morgan that was here in this gate. He led me to this building. So if you would kindly call him, and maybe he can clear it up for you. Maybe he knows. Obviously, you guys don't know, so maybe he knows a little something you guys don't.
So your initial security, he's just like, yeah, sure, no problem. The other guy's just still sitting, still eating, picks up his sandwich, still eating. He keeps looking at you weird. And
I'm looking at him, waiting for him to say,
he's just like,
eat fresh, you fat fuck. I mean, go ahead. I'm just.
I like touching kids. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Now, he's like, hey, it's like, yeah, Jimmy, what are you talking? He's like, did you just send this agent Savage over here to for some prisoner or some guy that was arrested? And they're going back and forth. Like, yeah, I know this guy. He was causing a scene. That they pulled him away. It's like they had 2 cars on him. I don't even know. Like they're going back and forth. And it's like, but what are you talking about? We didn't see anybody. Since it's at a certain point, there was you come to the point in the conversation where the guy who's talking, he just got on shift, so he didn't actually see anybody. You know what I mean? Like
he just heard it.
He just heard it. He heard it from you, and he's talking to Fat Boy and his partner who's still outside, and they're both corroborating the we don't know spot. We don't know, there was nobody here spiel. Unfortunately, your roles are such that you feel like there's something amiss, but you can't pinpoint it.
Can't pinpoint it. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess
So he's like, are you sure, Sarge, that so the guy just looks at him annoyed. He's like, I just want to eat my fucking sandwich.
You've been eating your sandwich for the past fucking 5 minutes, you fat pudgy bastard. I mean,
nice. Okay.
My bad. I'm not saying that, but yeah. Okay.
But you're thinking it.
All days. It's making me mad because I want a piece of that shit.
Very nice.
I'm actually going to tell them, listen, I apologize if I got the information wrong. So,
okay.
I'm going to leave you to your sandwich. And you have a nice night.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to Seraph. You hover over that spot. I need you to make a D20, and I'll explain it if you score really low.
All right. Here we go.
This would be okay. Hold on. I got to look at something really quickly on your character sheet, and I will tell you if you did. And then we'll move to.
Did I fill out my character sheet? Holy shit, I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay.
Okay.
Once you your swarm form starts moving into that spot, a portion of you can it can only be best be described as a non-physical barrier. Once you hit it, the pieces of your swarm body just immediately fall off. You can feel them being ripped away, not ripped away from you, but they're just like deactivating and falling into that spot, like little crystals.
Like it's happened before.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
I definitely back away from there.
That data could only be described as pain, which is just, is giving you that internal blue screen of death.
Right. I know what a EM field feels like.
You lose 10% of your total SDC.
Okay.
Now, Savage, roll perception. Actually, you know what? Don't even bother. As you're walking out, you can hear that it sounds like a 100 bugs are hitting a bug zapper at one time. Like you turn, you can see this sparking in the center of the room, about 50 feet away and 20 feet up. It looks like a cloud of bugs, because he's in his swarm form, is circling around this area, but these sparks are like being generated in the middle of the air, and they're just falling straight down. Even both the security guards are looking up. It's like, what the? Your guy, let's just call him Bobby. Bobby's looking up. He's just like, what the fuck is that? The other one doesn't. You don't hear anything come from him, but you're all in the space of me describing it. You're still focused on that noise and what you're seeing. Okay, so Bobby's the only one that says something. Matter of fact, do roll perception.
Oh Lord!
Wait, what'd you roll?
Lou, I'm sending you something in your Skype, bro. You don't have to read it now.
Okay. But did you roll your perception? You just go ahead and roll that real quick.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Damn, I haven't gotten over a 10 in 2 rolls. That's retarded.
Revenge! Rencor revenge. Now, that sparking noise it's more like electric popping. You're like now.
Okay.
So that's filling up the space, and the smell is like an ozone-y smell. All right. So I'm going to move back to the 3. Why am I doing that? He's not even here. Yo, Fatty, are you back?
My bad.
I'm a little hurt, I might have gained a little weight, but I don't think I'm.
Wow.
As we're watching Sage walk to. So Johnson, how long have you been on the force?
Too long. But about 8 years.
And how did you get mixed up with all of this stuff?
A giant turtle destroyed my apartment.
Well,
Hold on. I think you have my sister turned into some kind of weird quantum energy being beat by your story just now.
No, I think your quantum sister is a lot worse.
You're not in this conversation. This is a A and B. I'm doing interaction until the heavyset Mexican gets back.
wow.
There aren't enough Chihuahuas to pull him across the street.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Sorry.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the cancel culture is gonna come swooping down. He's fat shaming. No, we're really not. No.
With the harshness.
Oh, it's just peer pressure.
No, it's just pressure from weight.
Under pressure.
It's just getting worse and worse.
Every time.
So have you always had your gifts, or was there like some like magical psionic, some radioactive psionic person that bit you on the hand or something?
I wish I could tell you there was some grand story, but it's actually kind of boring. It just happened one day. And one day, just out at a bar, next thing you know, mutants start fighting in the streets. My hair turns blue, and I can read minds.
Nice.
So you guys start hearing this whisper in the air. When you turn on that light, the sound stops in this space, and as you're okay, describe for me what you're doing with the light, because I have it in my head what you're doing, but I want you to tell me what you're doing.
Okay. Turn on to normal vision.
Wait, go play your Pokemon.
As the light gives me that circumference of light around me, I'm breaching the threshold and I'm going into the cathedral.
Okay.
So I'm at the top of the hall, the spacing where the pews begin, I guess.
Yep.
So I'm going to stop there now that I got a better view to the sides and look on both directions.
All right. Was that it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to. My brain to mouth is just off the charts right now.
Okay, I have weapons out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking. I am being cautious, but I'm not like inching. I'm actually walking in, but I'm stopping right there at the edge of the door so I can take a good look at both sides.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Looking left and to your right, again, there's the pews that you have here, and the dimensions of this place. I can't stress enough how every place, everywhere that you look, the dimensionality seems to be thrown. So when you were looking outside, it looked pretty wide. But when you walk in, there's the two pews to your left and to your right, which extend 30 feet. Then there's another row that extends another 30 feet. And then there's another row that extends another 30 feet. So 369 to your left and to your right. Pocketed. The pews go about 10 rows in. Then there's a walk space. Then another 10 rows in, another walk space. 10 rows in, another walk space. So 30 by 90, extraordinarily wide, and it's pretty deep. Then you go to the steps to the altar that's there. There seems to be something on the altar, but your light is casting weird shadows, so you can focus on only but so much, and it doesn't illuminate past a certain point where you can see clearly. Is that pretty clear for you? Now, the people the beings that are scattered, they don't disappear. They don't retreat from the light. They're covered in this. They're draped in this ebon cloth that seems to be drinking in your light. Now there are cloths, I've seen them, that are like black felt.
Banta black.
Yeah, they're so black that they seem to be they like literally drink in light. And that's what these beings are covered in, they're scattered about. All told, between your left and to your right, in those first rows, you count at least 20. 10 to your left, 10 to your right. Then there's another 5 or 6 in the second set of rows, and then another 3 or 4 in that first set, on both sides. The
majority of them are towards where I'm at.
Yes.
He's minimizing as it keeps going in.
Yes. Now, as in that moment where you're taking in the scene, You hear that sound come from above you. It's one of those things where this is the scene that you're taking in is so overwhelming, which is the word I've been looking for. Even through all of your understanding of the occult and supernatural, actually being in this space is a little overwhelming in what you're seeing. Above the altar, there is a statue. And when I mean chthonic, this is a pseudo representation of Cthulhu. It has a squid-like head, it has the wings. It's just not H.P. Lovecraft version of Cthulhu. It's leaning over. It's built into the structure of the wall as it goes up, and so the masonry, which is the word I've been looking for, the masonry that it's carved in, it starts small but intricate, and as your eyes train up, it becomes bigger and more ominous, and it seems to be leaning over where that altar is. From the space around its mouth, that sound emanated, and you can see these pinpricks of light, and from those pinpricks of light, it looks like glitter. From where you're standing, it has the shimmer of glitter as it's falling down over the altar. But as it falls down into the altar, it's not spreading. So in other words, if you throw glitter in the air, it's going to go in all directions. Basically,
this is just a singular cone.
Basically, the chaos theory. So it's coming down, but as it gets closer to the altar, it starts to curve inward in an hourglass formation to whatever is at the top of that altar. And that happens for about a good 5 or 6 seconds. And again, you start hearing now the whispers are coming back. Now your light source seems to be dimming. Like forcefully. It should have enough juice to keep it going, but it seems to be dimming around you.
Okay. So with that, right?
Hold on. You two, you're still outside, and you were following behind him, yes?
We were watching him go do his thing.
You were watching in the door, outside of the door frame.
Yes. Yeah, so
okay. You saw.
Am I correct, Ed?
You are 100% correct.
Okay, so you saw.
Especially after the screaming.
Yeah, you saw just about everything with the exception of how wide this place is.
Okay, so we're seeing this like glitter thing, like spiral down.
Yep.
How far away is that from me?
About 120 feet.
Yes. I probably so sometimes. I say, what do you think we should do at this point, Johnson? Are we rushing in to see if he needs help, or?
Well, he hasn't moved past a certain point. You walked in like what? Maybe 10 feet in?
I walked in the length of the door just outside the door.
The space between the door frame and the pews.
No, the space where the doors opened.
Yeah.
The doors were giving cover. I couldn't see from side to side.
Yep.
I walked past those doors.
Okay, so just inside the door frame.
So I should still be just behind the pews, actually.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. So he's literally 10 feet away from you guys.
All right. My danger.
You do see I'm about to walk in further.
Okay.
My sixth sense is still going off, correct?
Yeah, it hasn't stopped.
All right. I'm going to.
Got a headache. It's big. It's got a syndrome.
You're a black man you're a black man in California. It's always going off.
Well, you're a black man in America. It's always going off.
Sage, are you short or smart to keep going forward? I think you might want to pull back just a little bit.
And you both obviously notice that the light that he's using, which it describe the light for them so that they can picture it in their heads and make sure that
Yeah, because they weren't there. For
they weren't
that.
there. Yeah.
They weren't there. Okay, what it is a harness, almost like the
Like a jogger's harness.
no, like the utility.
Military harness.
Yeah, like the military harness. Remember, Mike?
Yeah.
They fixated lights on there to give off high-powered halogenic lights that pretty much equivocate sunlight. With these particular ones that I have, they're about what was it, 20 feet?
Yeah.
So it's a 20-foot radius of. Figure I'm a walking globe of daylight.
Yeah.
There you.
For it's a 180-degree angle, so to your left, to your right, and directly in front of you.
No, but remember, I told you I was gonna get them so they can be
On your back too.
Yeah.
Okay. So you did notice that those lights are starting to dim on him. Dim on him. Ugh, awful. I felt it as soon as it came out of my mouth. I couldn't put it back in. Now,
Even worse.
Wow.
I couldn't get it back.
It's just no. Just stop.
So those lights dimming, they're dimming at a pace where they're going to be out in a few seconds. Almost as if someone turned the dimmer switch on.
I'm gonna turn to theory. You wouldn't happen to have any defensive power, would you?
No. I just make things into other things. That's literally all I do.
Can you turn
I can
darkness into
create-
light?
Huh?
Can you turn darkness into light? Because that would be very helpful right about now.
No, I can turn your pants into gravel. That's like
That's not gonna help much. Can you turn lead into silver? Because I might need some.
yes, I can do that.
Might need some of these bullets transmutated.
Yes, I can do that.
What I do, right? What I do is this. Turn around. Fury. What's the reach of your transmutation?
10 feet. You're standing. I can stop. I can. My range is up to there.
All right, so I'm gonna weaponize them.
Weaponize what?
You.
You know his face. That was precious. He's like, weaponized
Alright.
what?
Fury. Come into the light before it dims, please.
Come into
They
the
always tell you not to go
light.
towards the light. What is this? All right.
All right. Beneath our feet,
Okay.
can you create diamond as far as you can reach?
Sure.
Please do so.
But again, it only will be up to about a 10-foot radius
That's fine.
range, basically.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Once he does that, I'm gonna take the lights and crank them to max, blazing all the light into the diamond, create a prism effect across the space.
Okay.
I'm assuming I should close my.
I'm gonna
eyes.
let him know, obviously, before I do it, and also Detective Johnson, they don't get blinded. But if my guess is correct, the diamond itself should act as an amplifier, and even if it's just for a moment, just to see what we're really up against.
Okay. All right. So you do that, and I'm going to go to Patch. Now, Patch.
You fucking dude! You spent like 12 minutes with them and 2 with us. What the fuck?
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
love it.
I'm just kidding.
I love it.
All right. So before I go to Patch, once.
So now go to PAX. Go to PAX.
Oh, now you want to?
man.
Now
We're
you
too-
want?
We're too epic. We ruined the story too quickly.
Okay. Now, so for you, Patch.
Oh, one last thing. As I do that with that one blast,
Mhm.
with that flight, I'm gonna turn them off just in case they're being affected, so their power could drain. That
Okay.
way, there's nothing to drain.
Okay.
I'm actually just doing it for that moment.
Okay. You have all that data. They're telling you. Brian's saying, "Dude, I don't. The FBI doesn't have." He's like, "GSTF doesn't have the funding for its own satellite yet. I mean, we've been trying." He's like, "Believe me, we've been trying." But I've never seen that. It could be Chinese. I don't know.
Hey,
It's
give me a
like-
give me
it's
a,
like,
give
could
me a
be-
moment.
Could
I
be
might
freaking NSA for all I know.
I might have that information in a moment. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
No, what you're gonna get is an orbital strike.
Yeah, I thought that character died. Anyway, so go ahead, Lou.
Now,
motherfucker, that's the character you're talking to.
anyway,
I have
now,
a fucking date with in fucking a day from now, bastard.
now,
Yeah.
Listen, you nuked Jersey. I don't want to hear it.
the
Just Jersey deserved it.
Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this. All right.
Yeah.
Were you doing anything specific? Remind me. I mean, or was it just the dialogue as to whose satellite this was?
I'm looking at the. All right. So, I contacted a lady to get that information, see if she recognized it. She told me to hold.
Yes, that's.
She said
that's
that
where we are.
she made that comment. I told her, well, I'm asking someone now. They might know. I'm looking at the girl in the device.
Mm-hmm.
You hear her muttering to herself. I try to calm her.
Okay.
I try to console her. Like, listen, I know what you're going through. It's kind of weird. I've been through some pretty tight spots myself. But the one thing you have to do is try to keep yourself centered.
Okay.
You do realize that your abilities are being affected by the way you feel. But the more not calm you are, the worse it'll be. What was the last nice place you've been?
Taking all that in, she doesn't seem to be responding to you, and without with no perception roll necessary, you're noticing that she seems to be when she's corporeal. Which is
Uh-huh.
word I'm looking for. When she's corporeal, she looks like she's sleeping. When she shifts, you can't tell because she's in her energy form. So her eyes could very well be open. When she becomes corporeal, she looks like she's having a nightmare. Just shifting like, no, it can't. And she opens her eyes to look. But now you're noticing that it's almost as if she's like dreaming. She's having a waking dream and just looking, and just her eyes are closing. She's holding her head. It's like, please stop.
What kind of sensors are attached to this device?
Oh, this device was merely meant. It was Brian will tell you. Brian tells you it was hastily constructed to drain her excess energy.
Okay, listen. Are the doctors still here that were taking care of the maze that we had?
No.
The doctors aren't here.
No. And
What about the medical equipment? Did they bring any of that in here?
They had some diagnostic equipment, yes.
So I'm gonna grab some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab some of that stuff, and I'm gonna grab that stuff and start looking through it. I'm gonna call my wife real quick. I'm gonna tell her, listen, I have a question for you. Were you ever into neurology?
This is like, what?
Did you ever work in the neurology department when you were
it's
working
like-
in the hospital?
Yeah, I did some time there. I don't. Where are you?
I'm at the office. The machine that they use to read the brainwaves and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, explain to me how it worked.
She's like, Are you being serious right now?
Mama, hurry, please. I don't got time.
All right, fine. So she gives you a very rudimentary explanation because this is not her area of specialty. About the neural waves and how they function, PET scans, or the things that she knows that she's used.
All right, so as she's going through that, I'm going through the equipment and I'm plucking out pieces that do similar things, and putting together a brainwaves reader that works at range.
Okay.
Like I got mechano links, so I know what the things do as I touch them.
Okay.
So I'm just grabbing pieces and putting them together to make them work in that way. So I'm making not a really long range. Like I have to put up against the box.
Okay.
So I can do it, but I'm making a device where I can read her brainwaves.
Okay.
Both an electrocephalogram or something like
An
that.
EKG. So
Yeah.
what? So she's just like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. You want to see what I'm doing? I'll show you. So I patch her through and I show it to the camera.
She's like, "Oh
And
my
I-
God!"
And I start to explain to her what's going on.
It's like, is it even safe to be there?
Yeah, it's fine. We got it. I just need you to help me read this because I think she's not awake and she's not controlling her emotions. There's something else in space right now that we're trying to figure out also. And I got a feeling that it has something to do with what's going on under here. So I just need to know if my theory is right and she's actually awake and asleep at the same time.
Okay. What do you
As
need?
soon as I get the reading, I'm gonna send them to you. You look at them and you tell me if what I'm saying is accurate in any way.
Okay. When she's talking and you can see her eyes turn, she's like, "What is it, honey?" And he's like, there's something. You need to see this." She gets up. She's with her phone, so she gets up and walks. She's like, "Oh my God!"
What
She's
is
like,
it?
Ray, and she takes her camera and switches it. Your son is floating in the middle of his room.
Oh shit.
She's like,
I'm a patch.
"What the hell's going on?"
I'm a hook up my device to her phone and check a reading.
Okay.
Is it supernatural?
Yes. And his alpha waves, his brain waves are on fire. So he is in fact dreaming and awake at the same time.
Oh shit. So I check her. Is she doing the same thing?
Once you attach it, there are points where you can't get a reading because she shifts. Once she shifts, you get nothing. When she becomes corporeal again, her patterns are almost identical to his.
Damn. I want to take out the book and look at it, but I can't because I know if I do, the thing's gonna show up. All right.
Give
Here we go.
me book.
I want to. Okay.
So
Come on, try and wake him. But try to do it
she's like,
gently.
"Are you sure?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not supposed to wake up somebody but he's floating. Oh my God. Oh my God." So she's
Why are you being so weird about this? You've seen worse things than this. Come on.
like, "Yeah, but not from my baby, you fucking asshole."
You're the Marine. Don't talk
So
to me like that.
She puts the phone down. She puts the phone down, so you don't have a really good angle. You can see her. You can see her move out of frame. She's like, honey, please wake up. And she's like, she's yelling in the room. She's like, "He's not waking up, Ray. I can't even touch him. It's like he's electrified."
Ground him. Get some.
So you mean what?
Get the electrical cable, like the extension cord.
She's like, I don't want to hurt him.
You won't. It shouldn't hurt him.
It's like, she runs out of frame again, and your other son, he picks up. He's like, "Hey, Dad, so this is weird, right?"
Yeah, it is.
He's like, "Does he have superpowers now?" Because
No, it's magic. He can cast
So
magic.
he's like, what? Like,
Harry Potter, yeah.
he's like, do I have Harry Potter powers? He's like, wait. And he puts the phone down. He's like, I'm not floating.
Nothing.
Am I floating? Am I
I tell him-
floating?
I tell him you don't study hard enough. You play too many video games.
Well, no, you don't have that.
He's
That's just kind
like,
of
I study. Okay, he don't study either. He walks out of frame. He walks out of frame. You hear him stomping as your wife comes back into the little part of the shot. She's like, "What the?" She's like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "What happened with what?" He's like, "What happened with him?"
He's mad he's not Harry Potter.
It's like, what? It's like, what are you telling these kids?
Nothing.
She's
I'm
like,
just
all
trying
right.
to calm him.
She's like, all right. I got the cord. What am I doing?
Put the cable in the wall. Make sure it's 3-prong.
She's like, no,
Okay.
no. I am.
Listen,
she's not. I'm
listen.
not. I am not electrocuting my son.
Oh, he's already on lightning.
What?
Don't you see him? He's already electric. You're trying to defuse him.
In that moment, there's a pulse that you feel, like you're standing next to her pod.
Uh-huh.
You feel it enough that you back up. At that moment, your communications with your wife is cut.
So I go look at her.
At this point, everything is cut.
I go look at the girl.
She's like, her shifting is like it's happening at a faster and faster pace.
All right. Look.
So
I'm
even
open-
Rivers
I'm
is
open
like,
the box.
everybody out.
I open the box.
Brian is like, get the fuck out of here. She's gonna blow up. I know it.
I open the box
Okay. So you open the box.
and I cradle her.
Take it easy. Now, Savage.
yes,
Damn
sir.
you. Damn you. Damn you.
Damn it. Go ahead.
So when you're outside, the partner comes over to you. He's like, "Hey, is everything all right?" Like,
You went back inside, remember?
oh, that's
To the
right. No, I'm
sparks.
sorry. You went back inside. My bad. So when you go back inside, the sparks are gone, but the first thing you see to the left and to the right, to your left, excuse me, Bobby, he has his back to you, and his supervisor Joe is standing directly in front of him. Now Joe is about a half a foot shorter than Bobby. He's wider, but he's shorter, and Bobby's not moving. You notice the first thing you're taking it all in. You just happen to look, and your eyes go down. I'm taking a little creative liberties here. So your eyes go down, and right where Bobby is standing, you can see a pool, like a spot of blood in the carpet that's spreading out.
I look to like I'm gonna turn to like lean to the right, past whoever's in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So I can see.
so you can
Oh,
see it,
no.
like peek around him. Okay.
Yeah.
Mario Delgado.
When you do that, you can see his shorter supervisor. His eyes are completely glazed over, and his irises they have a slight glow of like a green glow, and you thought you saw something undulating between them, and once you go into his frame, he turns and he's like. "Ah!" And now you can hear Bobby's like as he lifts him and tears him in half. So his torso goes left, his legs go right. And from where Bobby is sitting, right where his stomach is, it's completely open, and you can see there's tentacles on top and bottom of the skin flaps and rows of teeth inside of his stomach.
What the fuck? And that's exactly what the fuck I'm saying.
All right, so he's just like, and heads right towards you. Okay, so we're gonna roll initiative real quick.
Okay, initiative. Here we go.
Yeah, you can get on. You can get on this in on this, Seraph. Excuse me, Seraph, like your Saran wrap. Christ.
Inish.
No me hagas, no te tu marido, gente todos.
Es que te pongas ya los ojos morados.
Ya, con el aquí.
Yo
Okay. So he comes in. He's going to attempt to grab you.
Okay.
Okay.
Surprise, motherfucker!
That's a 13. So you can parry to, parry his grab attempt, dodge it, but dodging, unless you have automatic dodge, you know what to do. So what are you doing?
I'm actually going to parry and change.
Okay. Changing does not cost an attack, so you will be able to, that's...
And I won't parry.
No. Okay. So...
No.
So you're just like... I didn't do a horror factor roll, but that failure is your horror factor roll. So you're like, in that same moment when he splits him in half, you're just like, you seen that scene in Invincible when he splits Homeboy in half? It's like,
oh damn,
so
damn.
you're just like splashed with blood, and he just rushes towards you, grabs you by both your shoulders, and and his stomach is reaching over. You can, those tentacles just jab. They go right into your body. You don't have a natural AR? Oh no, you haven't changed yet.
I haven't changed
You
yet.
haven't changed yet. Okay.
Algo tratado de infectar.
Well, it was nice knowing
Okay.
Agent Savage while we had the chance.
You take 36 points of damage, but which is painful.
Oh, I know it is.
The aside from those things sticking in you, what you felt when they stuck in you is barbs extend from the tip of the tentacles, and it's pulling you towards it. It's pulling you towards the mouth.
Okay.
All that aside, its hands, once it wraps around your arms, squeezes so tight that it's just shooting pain. So I need you to make a pain roll. Because you're in your human form.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. You don't necessarily immediately pass out, but you are like, God damn! He's like, fuck off me! Ah! All right. Because he pinned you, you would need to make a contested strength roll. But I will tell you, in your current state, you don't have the strength to contest it. His strength is supernatural at this stage. Yeah. So that goes to Seraph. So once you dealing with losing a portion of your body was traumatic enough, but your sensors register that spike of the supernatural energy. You turn in that moment when all of that went down, and the grabbing, the hugging, the killing.
All right. I immediately rush down
Mm-hmm.
and grab said thing. I literally enclose it.
Okay. Now Here's the extra trauma for Savage. All of a sudden, this swarm of what looks like a black fly, large black flies, just engulf this thing. So you don't even know that it's like, is this thing like seriously turning into a robot to murder me now?
Is this?
This
Help me, please. Help me, please.
Elizabeth, it's the big one, Elizabeth. It's the big one. All right.
And I say, Dr. Savage, please get away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Here's the thing. Those barbed tentacles are still in his body. And he's still pinned by his arms. So you're able to stop you're able to temporarily stop it from moving forward, but the strength of this thing is severely testing your ability. You estimate that you have 15 seconds, literally 1 melee, to do something other than aside from the fact that this thing is going to just continue to do damage to him.
All right, I have an idea. I'll wait till it's my turn again.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So yes, I will. I'm just going to roll damage at this point.
So I can't change?
It's its attack, but now you can't. You can change, but you still need to pass a pain roll.
Okay.
What's your save versus pain?
Let me see. Hold on. My.
It's really any bonuses. So what's his PE?
It's
in his
PE
current
bonus,
form?
yeah.
I don't have no bonuses.
In the current form, probably not.
No, that's right. Okay.
So here you go.
And you made it.
There you go.
So you're like, sons of bitches.
Let me stop this kid.
No, he did it.
Electro. All right. You make your transformation. Ah! I mean, the thing's still holding on to you, but obviously when you change, it has to describe for me your dimensions, because this is going to be key to it.
What? How big I am?
Yeah.
Lou wants to know your girth.
Yes. Height,
Oh.
height and width. And you know what? I wasn't going there, but thank you.
9 foot tall,
Mm-hmm.
and
So you'd
I
be
weigh about 700 pounds.
okay. So
I'm
and all of that is muscle, and I would imagine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in 8 form.
This is the reason why I asked.
Mhm.
It doesn't have a wingspan. So as you're changing, it's not letting go because of the supernatural strength. You will take strength damage, but once you get to your full height, you literally tear it in half from the center. It's just like pulls apart the shoulders, the arms. It just one of them just pops right off. It just rips right off. Gore and blood just starts splashing out. It yells in pain as you literally pull it apart by transforming. I'm going to do another.
But you didn't see that coming.
You take another 43 points of damage. This is a lot of damage you're taking, but it's all torso damage. So you're like, as you're pulling it apart, one of its arms is now dangling, and it's actually floating in midair because of Seraph. It's just like, ah!
So now Seraph is covered in goo.
He's covered in gore and ichor.
He got slimed.
All right.
Is that thing still,
Sec-
like, is it glow-
I'm sorry?
that thing like still glowing or something like that?
No, that was just its eyes. Now you can't see anything because it's Seraph covered its entire body.
Okay.
But it's still struggling. Like the one arm still has a grip on your. Let's just say its left arm is gripped onto your right. The right arm is the one that ripped away as you transformed.
I'm gonna try to grab the other one and just pull that motherfucker off.
Okay. Do you have a natural AR or anything like that?
Yeah, my natural AR is a 10.
All right, so I'm gonna make a D20 roll. If it's above the natural AR, you're still gonna take half the damage from ripping it off your arm.
Wait a minute, where the fuck is my characters? I want to see AR.
Okay, I rolled an 18. So unless your natural AR is a 19 or better, you're gonna take half this damage.
Okay.
So that's
39.
18. We'll round it down.
All right.
Or 19, excuse me.
18 sounds better.
No, 19. All right,
19?
so you pull it off. You felt that pain shoot through you.
That should have made me more mad. I'm just gonna squeeze that motherfucker. Bitch ass.
Seraph, you still have a hold on it. You witnessed the transformation. You've seen it before in the cathedral, not in the cathedral, in the museum. But now you're just covered in all this shit as he's ripping this stuff off. What are you doing?
Well, is this thing still alive while
It's
I'm covering
still, it's yelling and it's still struggling. Its vital signs, its heart is racing, it's like a mosquito's heart. It's just
Okay, well,
it's still
I'm
struggling.
going to end this. Lasers on the inside, all around this body.
Okay.
Damn.
So you rip it off. You're like, ah! You can just see it's like he literally cooks it. He's
And I say, and then I reconstitute myself into solid form afterwards.
okay.
And I point at that space where I was at and I say, Dr. Savage, there is
Yes.
something there that I cannot touch.
Well, then we have to go. We have to go in there.
I will not be able to enter.
Wow.
If you are able, I will wait here.
I'll try to see if I can.
Okay. Easily shifting the crates that were essentially enclosing that space. So if you were looking at it straight ahead, you just saw crates. He saw it from a top-down angle, so he was able to see that space in between. Once you move that, make a quick roll perception.
I'm not good with perception rolls.
That is true.
I am now.
Never. Now you're in Rencor form. Now, once you shift it, moving that last stack of boxes to get a path into it. There's you can it moved shifted a lot of the dust on the floor. There's a black line, and you can see some scrawls underneath it that you should have been able. You should have like smudged from the weight of the crate, but they did not move. It's like drawn in some. It looks like it's drawn in charcoal.
Okay. See if they're rooms.
Oh, you have that? Okay, go ahead. Say it again. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. See what skills. I have it at 30%.
Make a roll.
Oh, motherfucker. Damn! IQ roll. I'm gonna use my IQ. Damn, I can't. Never mind.
Because you're so close, they could be.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scratch it.
Touching it, even with your strength, you try to scratch it, it
Nothing.
does no damage to it. Like you scratch it, nothing happens to the writing, but once you pass the writing into the stone floor, like the concrete floor, you're like so it's not your strength. That's the issue. It's this thing you can't damage.
Okay, got you.
He is stupid. Fucking Dwight.
Wait, is he writing shit? Because
Dr. Savage, is there a problem?
Yeah, for some reason it's some form of writing on here. And
I look at-
it seems like it's indestructible.
I look at it using telescopic sight because I'm not getting close to that shit again.
okay, yeah. I mean, you see what I just described, but it's mostly obscured, so you're only getting partials of the characters that you see of the writing.
I basically patch into the GSTF to reach out to the AD Rivers and also to Brian.
Okay.
And I say, what was her name again? The witch chick.
That was Rivera.
Her real name is Rivera, but she goes by Veriga.
Veriga.
Veriga the witch.
Yes. And I say, I need to speak to Veriga.
So
must see this.
Brian's just like, what the fuck? Stop doing that! We're a little busy here! Everybody out! Go, 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 go!
Huh?
What is wrong?
You're now...
Motherfucker!
So because I'll say your attention was focused here, but once you expand your attention in both places, you're seeing what's happening. From you're only getting the feeds from their personal devices, but outside of that, there was a pulse that disabled most of the surveillance that you guys had set up. You're able to communicate with Rivers, with Brian, and with Patch.
Okay. So I merely, well, of course, now that I see there's a situation there, Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll let you know after I do this.
I look through his opticals.
Okay. Both his you can see the thing that she's in. I know I said the word earlier, but anyway,
Containment.
the
Cocoon,
yeah,
containment
yeah.
unit, yeah.
The containment unit that she's in is highly charged, and it's at a point. It's approaching critical mass.
And you see me opening it.
And now you see him opening the book like, oh yes, no.
I'm not opening the book. I'm opening
You open it in
the
the
containment
box.
field.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
just as bad.
No. Okay, so that's what he's doing. So that's
Dad?
what you're seeing.
She exists in a highly volatile plasma state. That is not advised.
Yeah, it's energy. It's fine. I need to give her a hug. She needs a hug.
Of course, I'm confused.
Hey, Lou.
Yes, sir.
Since I've picked up on both Rivers and Brian, I search in that area to see if I can pick up Veriga.
She doesn't have any. She doesn't have any devices. She never does. So no.
So I call. I call.
She never did.
Right. So I tell I reach out to AD Rivers.
She's just like Mr. Seraph, we're a little busy here. We're trying to evacuate. We think she's going to blow up, and I'm hoping that it's not. If she's like she's like a nuclear bomb, and I don't think we're going to be able to get away.
AD Rivers, I think this is related to what I am looking at here. I need to speak with Agent Veriga.
She's like, just looking around. It's like, hold on. You can see her being loaded. They're trying to hurry, but gingerly load her onto a truck. She seems like she's aged. It's time lapse from where the last you saw her. She looks like she has aged at least another 10 years, like gray hairs. A little. It's a. If you didn't have facial recognition, you would have thought she was a different person at this point. So she's like, it's for you. It's like, hello?
Bariga, this is Seraph. I need to show you something. Please tell me what I am looking at. And I look at the runes. I look at the scroll on the ground.
So she's like, I can't really. She's like, what? She says a word, but doesn't. It's not English. It's in a weird language. It's not in any language. It's not in any American or foreign language that you've ever heard. Could potentially be Latin. And
I repeat it verbatim in her voice, out loud.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go through Cathedral Boy. Now, you flash that light. It has the intended effect that you are looking for in terms of illumination. Just that one spark. You guys all see this, and you're innately acute to it, id, because as they're prepping and Theory changes the floor to diamond. Join us, brother. Join us. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
I heard it vividly.
And you just like it was you ever get that shiver, that cold shiver? It just goes through your body and it's just involuntary. You just like
It's called the flu.
right, yeah, okay. Excuse me. But
It's called your woman's cold feet. That's what it is.
yeah, right in the middle of your back.
Every time.
So
Never fails.
you felt that he once he finally changes the thing to diamond. He's like, now what? You want me to change the floor to tar? No.
Oh, you gross fucker.
Anyway,
Save that idea for later. We might need that.
No.
It's a throwback to why.
Well,
why?
currently
Even
no
more
natural
reason why
genius.
Jersey had to go, bitch.
Well, there's currently no natural genius around. Unnatural genius.
Okay. Now,
Fuck yeah.
once that light hits and just shoots in all directions, it's essentially a blinding flash. He did warn you. You did cover your eyes. You can hear them everywhere, like as they go back into the ceiling and through the walls.
Okay.
And by them and everywhere, I meant from what you saw, because again, you had to cover your eyes from the blinding flash. You saw definitively saw three of the last of all the sounds that emanated in this room.
I saw three of those shadow creatures.
The other thing that you all notice is everyone that's in the pews is now standing.
All right. Now, Lou, with that moment of the flash, in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my Dragon Ball Z thing,
Okay.
approaching the altar,
Mm-hmm.
and what's at the altar, I'm going to snatch.
Okay.
If I'm able to make it back towards the diamond where Eric's at, I'm gonna turn the lights on again. This time leaving them on so it could give us the moment to get out of the cathedral.
I smell what you're cooking. I will have.
I would like to add to that.
Okay. What are you adding?
If he's having trouble getting back in time, I will prepare to reach out and pull him with telekinesis.
Very good backup plan. So here's what I'm going to do. Getting there, You can do that in one action. Getting back, we're going to make a contested roll. You can add your prowess bonus to it, and I'll make it just a straight D20.
Okay.
All right.
And I rolled a 20.
Damn.
But you just said a straight D20.
It's
so
not,
that's
yeah,
critical.
no, it's not like a crit. Just saying. But it was pretty awesome though.
Yeah.
So that would have been very horrible. Now I add my dodge bonuses to this.
Yes.
Okay.
I just realized.
So yeah, I make it. I add a plus 12.
Okay.
Let me just double check. I'll just double check. Okay. I want to be saying that I've got something that I don't. Nah, it's a 9 to dodge. Sorry. So,
Either
still
way,
me.
either way. Now, once you get to the once you get to it, it's a marble altar. It has the sash. It's not a sash, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That's draped over it.
Mhm.
There's
It's the overlay.
yeah. It looks like a bronze basin, like a bronze bowl, and it's curved upwards. So it's a legit bowl. In the center is where that glittered, that dust went into. You run, you snatch it, you move. None of the dust moves out of the. Go ahead.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do the moment I grab the item to make my way back,
Mm-hmm.
activate the awareness
Mm-hmm.
station, so I can take into account every single detail here.
Okay.
Prepare basically just. I'm not. I don't know that I'm gonna make it, so I'm just preparing myself just in case I can't. That way I can use the area as an advantage.
Okay. Once you grab it, you turn to run back. This is what the roll was for. The individuals in the pews closest to the center, they unfold their hands and they unfold their hands out, like towards the center aisle. If they're on you're facing them. So if it's on the left, they're using their left hand. The ones on the right, their right hands. Once they lift their hands, squeeze their fists, and slam it down, these black metal pole arms just appear in their hand. Boom. And you're able to weave through that as they're preparing to strike you.
Okay. So
You're going to get back to the diamond and do the light pulse again, because that's what you declared.
in that motion on my way back, I'm putting it into a sack and closing, liberating my arm, my hands, so I can pull out my weapons.
Okay.
As I make it to the diamond, I'm clicking the lights on.
Okay. Once you get to the light, we're going to stop it here and pick it up on the next adventure. So,
Nice.
On the next adventure, it causes the entire cathedral to fall in on itself.
okay. Well, I had fun. I hope everybody else did too. If you were watching, thank you very much. We had it
Yeah,
was pretty
all
interesting.
10 seconds I played, you bitch.
Okay, so for Crimson Sage,
We
Id,
played, because
Id,
we're a group.
Patch,
Fucker.
Seraph, Theory of the Philosopher, and
Hey, I did the diamond thing.
Dr.
Yeah.
Savage.
I was Jacob the jeweler.
I
Jacob
am
the jeweler for the game.
the Dungeon Master, GM, whatever they call them in these games. Thank you so
And I
much.
am DJ Salty Nuts.
Salty Nuts. We will see you in the next game. Thank you very much.
You bastard.